I'm a Halo enjoyer, you heathens. Back in the day, my first serious stuff with video games was Halo 3 MLG, and this was a long time ago. But our middle school had a group, and we actually went to local competitions. And then we had to go underground because the school didn't appreciate us playing an 18-plus video game. But anyway, that's all good in the hood. Mission breakdown here. Simple U.S. versus Russia, specifically testing large-scale terrain deformation. Yep. So we've already seen this broken down in the past. Blue 4 M2 stacks are restricted to where they spawn, but it's still given. So Op 4 with the 2 BTR 80s. Last time we saw this round, full disclosure, Op 4 won because they rushed this objective, and then they just encircled and eliminated this objective utilizing a single BTR crew to just mag dump the shit out of this position. And then when that ran out of ammo, it drove back, it picked up the other BTR, and continued laying down hate. So, let's see if this one is any different. Mission variables here, we'll start with Op 4. They are your modern Army EMR Desert Camouflage kits. Their loadouts are going to be modernized AK-74s or an AK-74U if they really want to take one. MP-443 Garage as their secondary. Support gunners for LMGs get the RPK. Medium machine gunners get the PKP, also known as machine gunners. Light anti-tanks is going to be the RPG-26, single-shot disposable AT launcher. There is no X-ray anymore, so there's no recon weaponry, and then crew and aviation get a choice of the PP-2000 or an AKS. Their assets are 2 BTRs and 9 transport gases, which will help them potentially rush future objectives as well. Whew.
Send in GOAT.
Anyway,
Team
looking at the
6
breakdown here,
now.
Vagrant is going to be commanding Fresno, is taking 2IC, which I appreciate seeing. If he's serious about commanding, he did a decent job with the first round, despite
Send
his
in
circumstance.
GOAT Team 6
We might see him
now.
become one of the new commanders to step up during the NA branches, which would be great. Fred as the platoon medic, Pemix taking Alpha HQ, Elusive Man
Send
taking
in
the medic
GOAT
there.
Team 6 now.
Tocqueville taking Alpha 1 squad lead, Zesty, and For Glory, Bellis, Sprite,
Goat Team
and
6
Turtle Kaz under him. Hilly leading Alpha 2 with OP IM Stamps, Desmond, Hawkward, Aim to
Send in
Galaxy,
Goat
and Pax
Team
under him,
6
Azuki,
now.
leading Bravo HQ with Bravo 1 being led by Primal Reacher with Y, Saddam, Cletus, and Wayne under him. Steve, fan favorite there, leading Bravo 2 with Kabubi Face, Hunavar, Artisan, and Absorbed under him as well. Shy leading Charlie HQ with Charlie 1 being led by Seismo with Sam, Lolo, Mutant, Mountain, and Olaf under him. Puma leading Delta HQ here. Looks like he's merged part of Delta 2 under him because we still see Delta 1. So it's Give Me Your Milk, Ghoster, Waldo, Kevin, Fez, and Chow under him. Ghoster has the slash in his name, so he would be the Delta 2 lead. Delta 1 lead is Fish, and he's got Bart, Bant, and Krevel under him. First BTR crew is going to be Pierce, Mittens, and Legs together. Eric, Kiru, and Banks are going to be the other BTR crew. Now, if you give me 1 second, I have to run and do something real quick, and then I will continue my bad. Sorry about that. Five saying this isn't realistic because the Russians have Kevlar helmets, body armor, and no bolt-action rifles. Yeah. As we've learned from recent events. But anyway, Highest Alloy, thanks for gifting out 5 gift subs for September. If you got a sub from Highest Alloy, make sure you thank him or her. Otherwise, I hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Whew. Anyway, Blue 4 is going to be standard U.S. kits here. We have a breakdown roster, so I will go ahead and go through it. You got your platoon leader, platoon sergeant. This is your leader. This is your 2IC. Squad leaders and team leaders, auto riflemen and their assistants, which is what that extra A means. Your Grenadier IR, your guys with the 40mm Hunt IR rounds, which are little cameras you can fire in the air that parachute down. You might have seen them in the past. but they give you a nice eye-in-the-sky camera with regular vision and night vision. No thermal vision capability, though. Your machine gunner for your MMGs, and then your machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank, medium anti-tank, 1 an assistant, medium anti-tank, 2 an assistant, recon infantry, scout, and sniper all do not matter because X-ray isn't a thing anymore, so you got to pay attention to the DMRs, which for Blue 4 is going to be the Mark 11, Op 4 is going to be the SVD. Crew leaders, crewmen, pilots, medics, and the base kit there. Loadout's going to be a mix of M27s, M4A1s, because these are Marine kits after all, which means they get access to the fully automatic M27, which is just a fully automatic M4, excuse me. Or they can take the M4A1 if they only want to keep burst fire. M9 Berettas as their secondary. Light machine gunners get the M249. Medium machine gunners gets the M240 Golf. AT is going to be the M136 single-shot disposable AT launcher. Recon doesn't matter because that's been scrubbed under X-ray. And then crew and aviation get a choice of an MP7 or M4A1. But I don't think there's crew and aviation kits here because they don't have any vehicles. Otherwise, assets are going to be as follows. 3 static M2s, which 2 are here. And then I think the 3rd is back at that trench line. Looking at the player base here, we have Depso commanding with Tymek as the 2IC. Dreek leading Alpha HQ with Patriot as the squad medic. Bridges leading Alpha 1 with Cyrus, Fist, Miller, Aircore, and Maz. Anderson leading Alpha 2 with Poe, Sub, Wiki, Warwick, Nutty Person, and Cosmonaut. Jolt leading Bravo HQ with Bravo 1 being led by Montgomery with Herb, Norris, and Sholin. Bravo 2 being led by Shrike with Cake, Patch, and Rapsic. We have Layden leading Charlie 1 here with Michael, Mogo, Norval, Jose, Puncho, and Meme. Delta being led by Lurch with Sam Hanwich, Morgan, Stretch, Aussie Wookie, Lennox, Savan, and Seaboys. And then Mike, I'm assuming, is going to fold in as well to that position. Now, again, full disclaimer of this round. Last time it was played, Op 4 won hands down. Blue 4 had a decent defense, but it just got a little messy. And since this is a round that I think a lot of these guys have played in the past, we'll see if they try to change anything up. I would say Blue 4 just hold this damn trench line and just kind of hold it to the end, because this position, it's really easy for Op 4 to just get right on top of it and assault it and then use their BTRs to pick things off from afar. Especially in that battle tower, that 14.5mm KPTV turret can just shred anything in here. So, and you already see it starting as damage, which means if 1 or 2 AT rounds hit it, it's going to blow up. So Blue 4 just holding the trench line instead would be a better call. Oh, it's a fully automatic HK416? I thought it was an M4 platform. My bad. Either way, it's a Blue 4 gun that, you know, goes shoot, shoot. But hey, that full auto in CQC, very important if you have to mag dump each other. I mean, beyond this, I don't really have anything else, because we've seen this round play out, and based off of where Blue 4's setting up, if they decide to stay in this central sector, I don't think they're going to win, because we saw how easy it was for Op 4 to charge it in the past. It also looks like the custom rule of the M2s has been waived, because we see them all placed down right here. So we'll just have to see how things go. HK416 is just an expensive M4, yeah, technically. You like crayons, mostly red ones? That's nice. I have a few Marine buddies that prefer the green ones themselves, but hey, you know, to each their own. They'd literally fight over them. It would get very messy. Alright, we got 7 minutes, guys. I'm really freaking hoping Blue 4 just holds the damn trench line, because I wanted, when I first saw this AO, to see a whole freaking trench line defense. Get Op 4 to just dismount over here, have the BTRs come in close to get AT, and just have Blue 4 hold the freaking trench lines. Op 4 will eventually get their foot in the door, and you see some really, really sexy trench warfare in this AO. That's what I want. That's what I hope to get. That's what I want, guys. And all I can do is pray. I gotta build a map and scenario like this. Well, so Killer, nowadays, you can just get the deformer tool for terrain and then some building mods or whatever the hell you want, and then 3D enhanced, and you can just build whatever you want on an existing map. And I'm gonna be honest, that's so much easier than building your own freaking maps at this point. If I was forcibly drafted, that would be difficult, because a lot of my family is Army and a lot of my family is Air Force. So it would just depend on whoever won that argument in my family, because I don't have an opinion. Speaking of, where did she put it? I've got a photo of my grandpa in front of his Huey. There might be some Vietnam missions coming up where you're going to see that photo, because I'm going to get it scanned in and added as a import picture, and then I'm going to see if I can get it in a frame of something in-game. But I'll show it off when that happens, but I'm really excited to have it. Because Vietnam is one of my personal favorite things as Zeus, because it reminds me of one of the most badass people I know. And I only met the man once. But one of the guns my father has is a Type 56 AK. And the story behind it was my grandpa was flying in Nam. His crew chief pointed out that there were a few guys down below shooting at him. So the crew chief killed them with the M60 on the side of his Huey. They landed, grabbed the guns, and then just flew off with them. But it's got the whole pull-out bayonet and everything. And then they each kept one of the two. All right. And Dragon, that may be true, but, you know, I would just go where my family heritage is, you know? If I didn't get Chair Force, I'd have to drive my core ass to your house and force you to join the Chair Force. I mean, that's where my father was. He was a captain in it. He worked on a lot of black box projects, believe it or not. Which back in the day were black box, but Maverick Missile, Stealth Bomber, those are two of his favorites to talk about. But now he does government contracting. Not the PMC style stuff, like actual government contracting. So basically, which company gets what work from, you know, who. And he is one of the best people in the field to do it. And then his two kids, one of them lives in an apartment and writes smut for a living. And then you have me, the YouTuber. Gonion? I probably... No, it's Goninon. That's it. I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing okay, too. Make war trophies great again. Oh, man. No, all right. So slight side story. So my father has a twin brother who was a desert ranger. And my mother freaked the fuck out one time because my uncle sent my father a red hat, and the hat had a hole in it because it was one of the guys he shot. And my mother's, you know, a Californian liberal, and she really, really yelled at him for that one. But my father, I don't know how they got together, because my father's a good old Alabama Southern boy. And my mother is a freaking free love and spirit California. And I love them both to death, but my God. That's good, Gonion. Hope that's okay. Hope everything continues to be okay. But yeah, no, my family on my father's side is wild. But my mother's side is also pretty cool. I would say I'm a bit closer on my mother's side, though, for a few different reasons. But, oh, man. Some of the stuff that's happened. And then all the weapons my father has, for example. Like, Jesus Christ. But no, we went to the range a few weeks ago. And we fired 3 of his Glocks. But my God, a G17, like, you have to make sure your arms are outstretched, because even if they're slightly bent, that bitch is gonna jam. But I think I spend more time on the range just hand-loading magazines than anything else. Both of my thumbs were freaking black. And it took 3 hand washes to start getting it off. But my God, that was a fun day. Do I get waterboarded tonight? Nope, because Bloodwing is asleep. I'm going to wake her up after this branch, or I guess this round, because that's when I'm done. And I do appreciate you immediately putting the hydrate down. But no, we're going to probably spend some time on the Xbox. I don't think she'll be in the mood to play one of the fighting games she likes, but she'll either be playing Alice Madness Returns or I'll be playing Fallout New Vegas. Because that's one of the newer ways we've started spending time together. Because I originally got that Xbox to spend time with another friend of mine who only can game on Xbox. And Bloodwing's like, hey, can we use it for other stuff? I'm like, yeah, cool. Here's some fighting games because I know you like them. But now we also do some of the single-player stuff as well, just to be in each other's company. Xbox, ... Sure. Yeah, no, I have an Xbox One I haven't touched since, like, 2014. My brother would play on it for quite a bit, but I used to play a lot of 360. That was back in the, again, Halo 3 MLG days back in fucking middle school, but good God. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough. Once again, for this AO, we're seeing that the one difference right off the bat is they're using both BTRs instead of a single BTR, but they're running on the side of the map, which is what we saw last time. However, because there's only about 90 players, give or take, instead of the 110 to 100 or so, there's a little less OPFOR guys, so they're not divided on both sides of the map. They're just going around this entirely. Liru, the equal opportunity gamer. Gunning on, I think that's the same feeling I got as well, but also during that time, I just started taking breaks from video games as a whole, because that's also when I started the whole ERP empire on Warcraft 3, but that's a digression. Oh, don't worry, Zen. We talked about it during the EU branch. Yeah, righto, Ghost Wolf. Let me know when it's rebalanced, and I'll give it another try, and we can start advertising on it. Oh, Zin, send me a copy of it. Because that's what I write in my free time. I do appreciate they had the AT gunner turned out ready to use it if they needed to, just by pure interception. I do also appreciate that Blue 4 have put a squad back to kind of hold this ridge to help clear the open areas, though they haven't put that much of an internal garrison in there, as if they're trying to bait OPFOR to come in and attack it. But again, I think OPFOR is going to do the same thing they did last time, just maybe a further dismount and then walk in, because last time they charged in, they lost a few guys to ambushes, but it still didn't mean enough. Yes, I'm being serious, then. I never joke on this channel. I will tell you if I'm being sarcastic or joking. You'll clearly hear it in my voice. I do a lot, all right? There's a lot of stuff Wee-Woo does. I just heard a random GL go off there. That might have also been an explosive, but I doubt it. I'm also going to be curious to see if OPFOR comes around and spots Blue. Oh, yes, they did. Kevin spotted him. He sees him moving around. He's going to try to get a firing position here. Here we go. Yes, I would appreciate if you DM it, because Twitch doesn't always appreciate stuff like that. Great opening kill right there by Kevin. And now this Blue 4 group is in a bind because it's going to be caught out of position on its flank, and a massive OPFOR force could potentially go in and engage them. Hey, Righto Ghost. I hope you appreciate my screaming then. taking heavy fire here. Oh, that was a great GL. That knocked one guy out, did damage to literally everyone else behind that rock. But yeah, no, so they are just having a single squad hold and engage so these don't, they don't interrupt the maneuver here that Op4 is trying to do. Then you also have Charlie on the other side, I guess, as a... I usually call those like floater forces, where they just are there in case they're needed for something like flanking or just finding a different way to attack or whatnot. So yeah, now these guys I think are going to hold the rear of the formation. And they're eventually going to run down and come around. We just had another KIA happen. And we're seeing some pickoffs here and there. That's Lurch going down. Gotta remember though, when they have that symbol on it, it means they can still be brought back up. They are totally hugging this map border, though. I do find it interesting that Blue 4, even in the midst of this engagement, they're also turning a force over here, expecting that pincer maneuver that happened last time. So that is a nice change to see. Op 4 has just put everything on one side to avoid an issue like that. I'll be curious to see what these guys do, if they'll come on the rear of the formation or if they're just going to set up a blocking force right here. You also do have some Op 4 on this side right here engaging that force. Again, to possibly prevent them from pushing and engaging their rear as they maneuver. It's your dog snoring. Are you kidding me? A BTR just rushed up and... That's funny. So BTR rushed up, blew the objective up, and then some explosive traps went off after they did it. That's why that squad was still here, so they could be in range of it. But the fucking BTRs, that's beautiful. See, now I'm worried, because Blue 4, I'm not sure if they'll have the numbers to hold the entire Op 4 push coming around, because clearly the entire plan was to just have the BTRs take this position out. Oh my god. That's just funny. Now I have a bit of a lull. I'm trying to see if Blue 4 is going to counterattack. No, they might be regrouping to now push south after realizing that this position might be unattainable. As they're doing that, Op 4 is going to be setting up to set themselves up here. They got this nice line they're forming here. And then you got that small group of Charlie still coming down as well. Hey, Son of Sun Tzu, how you doing, man? Good to see you. We also have Op 4 potentially remounting in vehicles. These guys might just mount up and then push down south as well. Oh, yeah, no, these guys are disengaging. They're going to probably try to come in through here. Might come on the rear of Charlie, though. And now that BTR is starting to shred. But Blue 4 were able to get down in time before that 14.5 tore them apart. Yeah, now you're seeing this massive remount of X. We could still see a random charge on the side, which would be interesting. More explosive satchels going off. But I think this squad could do a lot of damage here. It's Delta HQ and Charlie 1. If they get on the rear of Op 4 as they're assaulting. But those BTRs are going to make their maneuvering really, really difficult here. AT fired. It was a Moz round that was just short by about 50 meters. Now the BTR is going to pull back. But again, keeping that force pinned is going to allow for this force to not be molested on their rear. Odds in no, and that's because there's someone else that, I don't want to say the reason. Yeah. I don't think stealth would be... Stealth is a rare thing. If you want Devour, go watch the 3rd round of EU from today, and you'll see a great example of it. But stealth will always end up falling apart. I love how Sam's like, how did this gas get here? And he's looking around. There goes Ghoster. Kevin's getting shot at and eliminated by Seven. All right, that was a good double takedown there. And did you just miss pot shots on Seven? That's cute. But yeah, now you got Charlie also moving up here. Blue 4 have set up a good amount of defense lines here. You see them GLing as well. I want to see these guys come around. Yep, you see them over on the corner. So that's Anderson engaging. He just took a few hits, though. That was a great GL round delivered over there. Got another one coming in. No KIAs yet, but they were definitely repulsed. Yeah, so it looks like they are starting to notice Blue 4 coming around on their rear, though. You got this Vanguard force that was coming up that's now going to keep them pinned. So it's just a matter of, is there enough room for Op4 to push? And I do appreciate we do have some forces on Overwatch right here trying to engage those first defense lines. And then Op4 still pushing in a lot of infantry, but Blue 4, they got some pretty solid defenses here. But if those fall, that is going to be it. Come on the rear, you say, shut up, Noah. That's a good one. I'll be curious to see how these BTR support in taking out this rear element or being taken out by their Moz gunner, which is Meme, I believe. Yeah, we'll see, Devour. I think the 2 Op4 squads are out ahead, so this squad on this hill can overwatch the assault on this group, and then this element just assaulting on their own because Charlie just came up that way. And they are also risking being engaged by Blue 4 Charlie on the rear, where they could potentially come down and just sweep this formation. But you also are noticing Charlie's pushing back here. They might pull to the western side to back this assault up, so they don't have to deal with this entire line of defense, because Op4 is simply trying to find an area where they can just smoke charge and get in. Because once they get their foot in the door, it's GG, in my opinion. But if Blue 4 can continue to hold this line, they should be okay. But you got to appreciate all the cheeky spots that Blue 4 is using to try to lock everything down. Got a good amount of suppression going. Op4, though, is slowly making their advance here. And we're probably going to see a smoke charge. However, Blue 4's rear squad is now causing some disruptions in Op4's reinforcements coming down. And if we see a few Blue 4 guys break through, that could make Op4's life hell. But we're about to see a massive charge of forces here. Got some AT fire on the rear line there. I got you, Devour. I think, actually, no, I don't. I'm sorry, I've completely lost track. You are seeing some Op4 guys getting picked off here. Primal Reacher, he's the guy closest at this point. But just look at all that smoke. You cannot really make heads or tails of where Op4 is with all of these smoke grenades out. So you got to appreciate Op4's advance here, but now Blue 4 starting to close CQC here. Wow. Where's that grenade? Yep, looks like one of the BTRs did go down as well. You see it cooking off right there. Layden wakes back up, immediately pops a frag. Guardian's getting the flank there. Fred's probably going to die to that frag, though. Layden gets another good frag in. I think the tree actually blocked the shrapnel. That's amazing. And then he goes down. Guardian incredibly lucky there. Kabubi tries to get up ahead. He is flanked and eliminated. Now this rear element's cleaning up the support elements on the back. And these guys are just getting stopped by the defensive line on Blue 4. This is starting to sway in Blue 4's favor. A lot of grenades being heard back here. That's a mix of GLs and handhelds. Got multiple guys down here as they're picked off. You got some... Okay, no, those are tree trunks. Oh, this is not looking good. Band's trying to panically fire GLs on the rear here. They're getting pushed from all sides. Band doing his best to push up here. You have some explosives detonated over here. That could have been an explosive trap from earlier. Looks like it didn't do much, though. This attack on the rear, Meme, if he looks right. He might be tunnel visioned on Bayant, though. Not noticing Krevel is right next to him. Got some shots on Bayant. Fish turning around, not getting the kill here. Finally does so. More grenades being thrown around. And the foot ragdoll right there. Now Blue 4 is pushing their position on the rear. All of Op4 is consolidated on the southwestern flank. You have a BTR that's pushed up. It's trying to fire at defensive positions. It risks getting AT'd by the rear, though. And you also have Narvel here getting some rear shots on some guys there. Norval, my bad. Serval, meanwhile, is the only guy there other than Bayant who's getting pushed. Really great. Ah, it's a smoke grenade. Otherwise, that might have got him. Yeah, Falcon, I said something similar, to be honest. Now, Bay's the only one left alive here. He's going to be getting behind cover. Pops a smoke against the rock there. Pops a second one. That one's a frag. He's doing that to try to slow them down. BTR is still blissfully unaware that's about to get shot in the ass. Op4's numbers, though, have been pretty much cut down as they tried to make this advancement. And that's mainly due to Blue 4 coming up on that rear with that one squad and closing the gap, and Op4 was just unable to advance. I think Bay died because I don't see him anymore. I think Vagrant played this as well as he could have, but I mean, one squad being on the rear and harassing his Overwatch element was enough. And Blue 4 being evenly divided on this trench line, not covering the center, but instead covering the sides, is what sealed the deal here. There's AT going on that BTR. 2 get out, 1 is wounded. Now they're gonna get shot out in the rear here as Blue 4 looks to close the gap. Clean and effective. Pierce, a GL going over his head. Lurch getting taken out by Cletus. Grenade's gonna roll on the opposite side, not do any damage. Oh, blue on blue here. Thankfully that's a Russian, but they're getting confused that friendlies are coming around to flank here. Cletus getting the double tap on Lurch. And Op4, they're just pinned to this position. There is only 8 of them left. Well, 9, actually. One of them, Pierce was able to charge up here. But he gets blown up as I caster curse him. Screw it. I'll write that one down. Another Moz round going in. And stretch taken out by Cletus. Aussie Wookie also trying to come around here. As Op4 now stuck in this trench. Wise has also turned around to help Cletus. Got a Mark 11 now, mag dumping by Norval. Unable to line the shot up, he pops a grenade. Oh, that grenade! Beautiful throw. Give me your milk is down. Depso runs up and finishes the guys in that trench. And that's it. You just have give me your milk unconscious, but that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Let's see if they double tap give me your milk. Whew. Give me your milk. Actually wakes back up here. One man. Aussie Wookie drops dead. Oh my god, Aussie... Give me your milk turned on his super suppressor, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Whew. Alright, that is a blue 4 victory there, and again, I am not covering round 3 because it goes a little too late for me personally. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll be back for AFI tomorrow a little before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, cheers, guys, and have a good one.